Fake it till you make it mentality.
Pass. What do you do on those days that you don't feel that confident?
Pretend.
Fake it?
Yeah.
Until we make it?
I mean, why not?
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Classic, right? We've all heard it a million times, maybe even used it to pump ourselves up, but how far can we really take this confidence thing? Do we claim we can do stuff we've never tried in our life? And more importantly, can we actually pull it off? Think about it for a second. Does pretending to have it all together really take us anywhere, or are we just fooling ourselves? Worse yet, are we the ones being fooled by slick con artists pretending to be something they're not?
$500,000 in about 7 minutes or so.
The biggest lie that gurus tell is that they're a guru in the first damn place.
That's a fact.
I was just saying that the house was fake, and everyone knew that the house was
Most
fake.
of your gurus who are lying to you are not even gurus, and they're trying to sell the fact that they're a guru by showcasing this lifestyle of ownership when it's rented.
The problem right now is so many of you are faking it in public. Too many of you are saying, I am this, and nobody believes you.
Take a look at social media, for instance. It's overflowing with the so-called rich kids, or more accurately, kids pretending to be super wealthy. Type in rich kids of Instagram and you're swamped with a sea of them. Dropshipping gurus, forex traders, real estate investors, stock market wizards, their idol, Jordan Belfort, their feeds, a never-ending display of private jets, luxury cars, and champagne wishes. Down here, it's more of a Golf 7 thing. Owning a gold-plated Verpa gives you the status of a footballer or a rapper. But what are these self-styled financial geniuses really selling? Are they all fake? I don't know. How about you tell me?
You don't actually look like a millionaire.
Are you a millionaire?
I'm a millionaire under construction.
You're a millionaire?
Yeah.
Okay, Ricky.
Yeah.
If you're a millionaire, why sell a course?
Okay.
Bottom line, we're all a little skeptical of this whole fake it till you make it thing. To me, it feels like a shaky strategy built on half-truths, lies, and well, straight up deception. So I decided to dig a little deeper, and trust me, it's a rabbit hole.
If you feel like you're an imposter, you probably are.
Nobody with actual money is pulling out cash like that and flaunting it. If somebody is teaching you how to make money online and they're flaunting cash, they're full of shit.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
You see, the idea of faking it to the top isn't necessarily a novelty. It's been around for centuries. One extremely clear example in history is the story of Muhammad Ali. If you don't know who that is, my apologies, but he's arguably the greatest boxer of all time. Right before being declared heavyweight champion of the world on February 26, 1964, he said in an interview, "To be a great champion, you must believe that you're the best. If you're not, pretend you are." I mean, this guy went on to beat Sonny Liston in one of the greatest upsets in fighting history. Let me point something out. He said that before he won the title. Now, you might tell me that his story is incredible, and I'll agree for the most part, but his isn't necessarily extraordinary. You hear stories of people who got their jobs by falsifying details on their resumes or claiming in interviews that they had vast experiences in areas where they had none. Simple pretense is a finesse to boast and live off. As the jargon on social media goes, it's really not that deep. We tailor our identities online and put idealized versions of ourselves. So why can we do the same in real life too? Take Annah Delvey for instance, socialite 10 scammer. It's 2013, New York City, the Big Apple. A Russian-born wolf is strutting around in American designer clothing. You're probably wondering what I mean. Allow me to elaborate. Born Anna Sorokin, she comes from a middle-class family, moves to Germany at a young age and later heads to London, where she creates a false identity as Annah Delvey while working for a French fashion magazine, Purple. But it's not until she arrives in New York City that Anna truly makes her mark. The girl shows up with big dreams, and I mean big dreams, not the kind you actually work hard to achieve, and a seemingly endless supply of money. She parades herself as a wealthy German heiress, infiltrating the inner circles of the city's biggest socialites. She claims to have a serious financial backing, throwing around a make-believe net worth of $67 million US. Wouldn't you be so too? This charade opens doors to exclusive parties and events where she rubs shoulders with the elite, including the real Anna Wintour and Martin Shkreli. Way to go, Russian fraud. Still in the Big Apple, she cons countless people, hotels and banks alike, often using invalid credit cards or fake bank statements to create the illusion of wealth. A heiress with some guts. Sounds made up, right? More like a movie plot, except this is her actual life. She scams friends into funding her luxurious hotel stays, shopping sprees, and even vacations, under the guise that she'll reimburse them later. She defrauds banks, taking loans while claiming her fictional assets were tied up overseas, or in her case, in a bubble. For 2 years straight, this con artist continues living her lavish life until her web of lies begins to unravel. She bounces from hotel to hotel, leaving a trail of unpaid bills, and her failure to cover a Moroccan first-class trip finally gives her away. People start questioning her, and boy oh boy, does it come pouring down on Anna. Her carefully crafted facade crumbles and her schemes are exposed. The almost socialite is arrested and charged with multiple counts of fraud, theft, and larceny. Can you imagine cuffs on a heiress? No wait, I mean police cuffs. How do you even use the two in the same sentence? But wait, this is Anna we're talking about. Oh, and by the way, her real name is revealed to be Anna Sorokin. No trust fund, no millions, nothing. Her extravagant lifestyle was funded purely by lies and deceit. You know, some fake it until they become it. Muhammad Ali the Great, for instance. Well, I guess it's safe to say that Anna faked it until she got locked up. Talking about Anna was a headache. Maybe an English author and filmmaker who bullshitted his way to #1 might calm our nerves. I said maybe, because Uber is also damn near impossible to categorize. I mean, what do you call a guy who faked a restaurant so well that it shot to the top of TripAdvisor, despite never actually existing? Yeah, let that sink in for a while. At this point, you might be wondering, did somebody skip the morning coffee? But nope, this guy is brewing something different entirely. The fake restaurant's website featured staged food photos taken in his backyard, which somehow for 6 months. This prankster, cause I mean, what else would you call him? You food joints yearn for. See, it really might not be that deep. Just work smart, the Gen Z way. All in all, unlike the fraudster, he faked it until he actually made it. Look, we people love shiny new things, whether it's a brand new car, a dream vacation, or the latest gadget that promises to make life easier but never really does. We can't help but show the world that we're winning, and naturally the rest of us latch onto these winners, hoping to grab a slice of their success, perhaps. A prime example of this very human, if somewhat misguided mentality: social media. It's no surprise that the accounts with the most followers aren't always the most talented. Not really, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but they usually belong to entertainers and the famous for nothing crowd, cue the Kardashians and Hiltons. But I'm like, why exactly do most of us follow people we barely know? Sure, maybe we're actual fans of their work, no harm in that, right? But more often than not, I'm more inclined to think it's just because someone else is living the life that we can only dream of. And of course, that life, a carefully curated one. Show only the best parts, real or fake, it doesn't really matter. It's all about the glitz and glamour. No one's out here trying to follow a loser after all, unless the loser's your family, then you have no choice. Now, when it comes to the music industry, fake it till you make it might as well be stamped on every aspiring artist's forehead. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should be an inauthentic sellout, but the reality, building a brand around your best qualities, that's just smart business. People want to see your wins, so you give them wins, or at least the appearance of them. It's what most rappers are doing, painting a facade of success long before they've actually made it. Why? Because no one wants to hear about your struggles while you're still struggling. That's only cool once you've made it out the other side. Think about it. Are you gonna spend $29 on a hardcover biography by a guy living in his parents' basement, working the 5 a.m. shift at Starbucks? Doubt it. But would you buy the same book if he's now selling out arenas and running a multi-million-dollar empire? Absolutely. It's the same with music. Would you drop $500 to attend a struggling rapper's show, no matter how good their tracks actually are? Probably not.
You know, the record labels want you to believe that these guys are rich. You know, I used to tell, when I was working with a few rappers, I would tell them, you know, why would somebody go and pay $700 to see Jay-Z perform and they won't pay $10 to come and see you perform? And some of those guys were great artists. And, you know, my philosophy is that Jay-Z, everybody believes Jay-Z's rich. And so if you believe that they're rich, you want to be around the rich and famous. So you will pay to be around the rich and famous.
The social media game is a simple one. Look the part, act the part, dress the part, and suddenly opportunities start coming your way. People want to see you winning. Even the haters will keep watching, waiting for your next move. So what do? You start embodying the life that you want to live. What could go wrong, right? And this isn't some weekend hobby either, it's a full-time commitment. You've got to be comfortable with always projecting the highest, most polished version of yourself. Show the world you've already made it and watch as they flock to your party. Because honestly, if you don't believe in yourself, then who else will? Soon, the people who matter start to take notice, the brands to be specific, because now you've got this huge following. Who cares if you're authentic? Suddenly, you're not faking it anymore. Essentially, you've made it, I guess. You know, this whole thing is kind of tied up to the law of attraction. You've heard of it, right? There are like 4,102 self-help books out there telling you to act as if you already have it. It's all about like attracts like. The idea is pretty simple. Think, pretend, visualize that you've already got what you want, and eventually it'll just appear. You've got to watch what you think and say, because apparently your thoughts can manifest themselves into reality. Now, some people dismiss this as just another quarantine fad, up there with baking and tie and dyeing sweatpants or learning awkward TikTok dances. Remember the whole "shut up, I'm manifesting" meme? Yeah, that kind of sums up 2020 in a nutshell. But the question is, does it actually work? Is manifesting some hidden superpower or just a shortcut for people who want success without, you know, actually putting in the work? There's something a little sneaky about this whole just manifested message. It's like, oh, you're not manifesting a trip to Bali? Why aren't we seeing your vacation pics on Instagram? You must not be a good manifester. Let's be real though, if you can manifest your way to Bali, it's probably less about your manifestation skills and more about how much privilege you've got. I mean, most of us can't just close our eyes and squint and wake up on a tropical beach by sheer force of will. The part that feels a little too whoa for me is when people genuinely believe that closing your eyes and holding the right crystal and chanting something will suddenly lend them a mansion. It doesn't quite work that way. That said, I'm not going to completely write off the law of attraction. There's something to it. If you focus on a goal, believe it's possible, and work towards it, you tend to spot more opportunities and make things happen in the right direction. It's not exactly magic, just the power of paying attention and putting the effort. So yeah, the law of attraction, it's mostly harmless. Okay, maybe harmless is a bit of a stretch. Let's go with legal. It's legal because there's a very fine line between projecting confidence and committing straight up fraud. Now, let me introduce you to the wolves of Wall Street. Sorry, scratch that. I mean, wolves of Instagram. You've heard of Jordan Belfort, right? The original Wolf of Wall Street, a penny stock hustler turned convicted fraudster, famously portrayed by Leonardo DiCaprio. His biopic was somewhat of a cautionary tale, or at least it was supposed to be a warning against the pitfalls of greed, but somehow, instead of running from it, young millennials took nodes. They saw it as a blueprint on how to escape the 9-to-5 grind. Fast forward to today, and the world is swarming with stocky 21-year-olds, forex traders, dropshippers, and entrepreneurs flaunting their so-called wealth all over social media, essentially, right? These guys want you to believe they're stock market wizards, and with thousands of young hopeful followers drooling over their posts, cause why not? The posts honestly feel like comedy sketches at this point, cause what?
Half a million in about 7 minutes or so.
It's an endless parade of designer clothes, luxury cars, and VIP lounges designed to sell a dream of effortless wealth. It's all pretty funny until you realize that people are actually buying into this. For a lot of young people, yeah, especially those from places like Deep Slough, Dog, or underprivileged neighborhoods all over the continent, these forex traders have reached celebrity status on par with rappers and footballers. It's truly wild to watch. You see this kid from the same streets as you now pulling up in a Golf 7. Forget the Golf 7, it's a small boy's toy. A Ferrari even. Now, the idea that if he can do it, so can I sets in, and just like that, you've got thousands of gullible people, mostly not very well read people, ready to head over their hard-earned cash. Now, this whole shebang gets a little shady. These wolves take a page from the Belfort playbook and spin it into a slick social media based pyramid scheme. They flaunt luxury goods they claim to have bought with their trading wins, sprinkle some hashtags like rich kids of Instagram, and boom, you're hooked. I mean, you're poor, desperate to make it, and this guy claims he found the cheat code. The next logical question: where do I sign up? We all know someone who's hooked into this hustle, don't we? Gosh, I remember myself in high school. I would have sworn I'd be a millionaire by 21. Where are we now? What these Instagram wolves don't mention is that each new recruit earns them a nice little commission from signing up to these sketchy platforms. You make a few trades, lose anywhere from $1,000 to a few grands, and then realize, oops, the real money comes from signing up more people. And there it is, a paid marketing affiliate disguised as a successful trader. What do we say about faking it again? Listen, show me a South African forex trader who isn't pushing you to sign up with a broker, and I'll show you a forex bro who isn't posing in front of a rented Beamer. This whole thing is just a classic pyramid scheme with a 21st century makeover. Instead of door-to-door salesmen, we've got Instagram influencers. It's nearly impossible to count how many financial gurus are out there masquerading as successful millionaire traders. But hey, we can count their hashtags. Hashtag binary options has 2.9 million posts. Hashtag trader lifestyle sits at 1.4 million posts. It's like whack-a-mole. New accounts pop up every day and old ones disappear just as fast. You know, I sit here and wonder, why are we all so damn vulnerable to obvious deception? It's like we've got a built-in take my money button. The unavoidable truth is that financial scams are everywhere. Whether it's the heartbreaking tale of a retired couple losing their life savings to a fake investment scheme, or you getting played convinced you can turn that 500 rands into 1,000 rands within 24 hours. Seriously, how are we so surprisingly susceptible? Do we love money that much? I know I do, for sure. Maybe that's why the allure of easy money catches us so easily. Now, the truth, who wouldn't want to wake up one day to find they've made a small fortune overnight, right? The promise of easy money is a seductive one, and scammers know just how to turn this dream into bait. But hold on a second. Forget about the people faking a lifestyle to swindle your hard-earned cash for a minute. The real point here is, should you fake it till you make it? Back to Muhammad Ali. You must believe that you're the best. If you're not, then pretend you are. But then years later, Annah Delvey is living life under a false identity only to find herself in jail. Yet again, nobody is going to listen to a broke rapper. It's such a dilemma, dude. Some say faking it, right, is the only way to get your foot in the door. I mean, you can't exactly tell your employer that you have an alcohol addiction and expect to land the job, right? On the other hand, you could argue that authenticity is the name of the game. Can you charm your way into success while pretending to be something you're not? Or will you just end up in a messy web of lies? Should you fake it till you make it? I can't really say, but if you're going to do it, at least do it with style. Put a number plate on your rented car, cause we're tired. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you in the next episode. But put a number plate on your rented car. Aye.